I'm kind of finding out that this may be a pretty important game. Not just the matchup, not just the Eagles versus Saints, not just this matchup, but really going into the secondary and really seeing what we have. So Ronald Darby goes on IR. Timmy Jernigan is not activated to play in this game. Doug Pearson said he will be back next week for next week's matchup. So not against the Saints. The Eagles brought up, which I wasn't really thrilled about, but they brought up Devonte Bosby just signed with the team last week. They just brought up Devonte Bosby from practice squad to the active roster. Now, I don't know if Devonte Bosby is going to be playing in the slot or, playing at the nickel spot or playing on the outside, but Devonte Bosby was kind of a upcoming corner that we thought this was a practice squad corner that was showing a lot of hype, a lot of focus, and he tore us up in practice during training camp this year. But we picked up Devonte Bosby last year off the Kansas City Chiefs practice squad. Now, he was with I think Chicago Bears before that, went to Kansas City. Now, we picked him up last year. Now, after the injury to Ronald Darby last year, he cut him out half of the season. Howie Roseman said that Devonte Bosby was ready. That Jim Schwartz said that Devonte Bosby was ready. They just didn't really need him. So he was pretty much on the roster. Howie Roseman said they would give him a chance if his time came up, and he lit it up in 2018, start of training camp. Devonte Bosby was a rising star. He did very well. He was making so many plays, and all we kept hearing was Devonte Bosby's name at practice. Now, I understand that it's practice. I understand it's all about practice. But he showed a lot of shit. He was picking off our quarterbacks. He was covering everybody pretty well. He was covering Alshon. He was covering, Matt Conley. He was doing a very good job in this offseason. Now, when it came to the preseason games, he didn't do much. And honestly, they put him outside and inside. So we have a guy that's could play two positions, play nickel, play outside. So now he was in the preseason games. He didn't really do too well, guys. He was missing tackles. He just couldn't really cover too well. The one thing that really pissed me off was he just kept missing tackles, like tremendously. Just open tackling, open area tackling was horrible. He couldn't do a damn thing. So now, this is kind of crazy now because now we actually get to see what Devonte Bosby can do against real receivers. We get to see what he can do against top talent receivers. Now, Michael Thomas is most likely going to be shadowing. Sidney Jones is going to be shadowing Michael Thomas. Now, I don't know. I want to see what Devonte Bosby could do against, Brandon Marshall, whoever else is going to be there. I don't know if I think Devonte Bosby is going to play outside because, honestly, I think Rasul is going to go into the nickel spot, or Devonte Bosby is going to play in the nickel, Rasul on the outside. But I think because Devonte Bosby has a lot more speed than Rasul does, I think they'll put him on the outside. I don't see Rasul playing outside in this game. If he does, then I guess that's the decision they make. But when you guys think about it, Devonte Bosby was a rising star at the Philadelphia Eagles training camp this year, and we were just hearing his name non-stop. Now, I'm not trying to hype him up. I'm not trying to say a whole bunch of things, but the guy's a hard worker, and it would be nice to see what he can do. So why don't we just go into this game with an open mind and be like, hey, let's see what these guys can do. You know what? When you really think about it, let's just see. Let's just see what some of these guys can do. At least it would help for next year. It would help down the road. It would just help to see, hey, I've always wanted to see Devonte Bosby play against some starters and do some things. But now you kind of have the chance to go in this game with an open mind, see some of these new faces on the defense, and kind of take that and put it into progression that, we could see something with some of these guys. I want to see Sidney Jones on the outside. Now, if Sidney Jones kind of doesn't have a good game, but I'm not going to be worried about it so much because really, he's going into a new position right now, but not even a new position. But Sidney Jones is he played outside in college, of course, but because of that injury and everything. So, to have a full off season, I think he needs to have another full off season and really take account that he's going to be a part of this secondary, that he is a starter in this secondary. Doug Pearson, quote unquote, says that he's going to be one of the best players in the NFL, that he's going to be a great player in the NFL. So that's a good thing. But Devonte Bausby, it would be nice for us fans to see what he can do, and why not? Who else are you really going to put in that spot? Dexter McDougal's off the team, thank God. We already know what he can do. I want to see Devonte Bausby do something on this field, and he's got a chance, and he knows he's got a chance, because honestly, if he does good in this game, you know what I mean? You could really see something happen in the future. It's kind of exciting because you really don't know what you get, but it's exciting because you can honestly find out right now with these new faces who's going to be where. You can kind of see if Devonte Bosby can go out there and fucking show what he's got and play. That's a really good sign for the offseason. That's a very, very good sign. I'm not saying that if this works out, then we don't have to draft a corner, because we're definitely drafting a fucking corner this year. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You draft a corner. You got a first round, 2 second-round picks. If you got to go up and get a corner, go get them. But not talking about the offseason right now. But I'm just saying it's exciting to know that we can actually have somebody. So let's see what they can do. Let's see what can happen. And I'm pretty damn excited about it. So, let's see what happens. And that's about it, guys. So Devonte Bosby, whether he plays outside or nickel, I don't know. If you guys know what he's playing, I don't know. I know that he can play inside and outside. Because I don't know if we're going to really trust Rasul on the outside too much. He got burnt really bad in that Cowboys game, and I thought he would have done a little bit better, but he didn't. So, next man up, Devonte Bosby. Let's see what you got. He's been working hard. He's been a practice squad corner. He's lit it up in this training camp. Didn't do too well in the preseason. So, let's see how much focus he has. I'm actually pretty excited to see what this defense can do, especially with these new faces at corner. Not even like new faces, but Devonte Bosby's the only new face. Other than that, Sidney Jones is the fans are getting what they want. We want Sidney Jones on the outside. That's what the fans want. And this is what we're going to get. The fans wanted Josh Adams to get more carries. Well, Doug Pearson has already said that Josh Adams is going to get more carries. So, hell fucking yeah. I hope he has more than 10 fucking carries in this game. Because if he doesn't, then what he said was a bunch of bullshit. But I'm hoping he gets more carries. But that's about it, guys. Just want to bring that news up to you guys. And that's about it. So, Shake Squad up. Fly, let's fly.